And then he added, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said he wanted to do something a little bit different. The Jews, they fast on the 10th. Okay, so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to make it different. فقال إذا كانت القابلة. And this is one of the years later in his life. He said إذا كانت القابلة صمنا التاسعة. If next year we will fast the 9th, which is like today. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not live. He died before he gets to the next Ashura, you know. And then Ahlul Ilm, they say you have three formats. Either you fast the 10th only, or you fast the 9th and the 10th, or you fast the 9th and the 10th and the 11th. Okay, so that's very much up to you. It's a sunnah, without doubt. If there is someone who is unable to fast, you should not feel bad about that. You should feel bad about just missing a sunnah, but it is not a fard anyway. But we encourage everyone to fast it and to get the reward, and actually it's enough for you to get your sins expiated for a whole year and to get the pardon and the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a special day, you know. So you know, this is one of the landmarks. This is one of the days that really we stop down, look at it, and we see the dictates of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We try to emulate his example. We try to actually take whatever he has done and make it and apply it in our life. And we try whatever he has said and we apply it in our life. Definitely we are not like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the taklif, actually what he's been asked to do is much more than when we have been asked to do, you know. Rasulullah sallallahu, for example, is qiyamul layl is fard for him. It is not fard for us, you know. He should make qiyam al-layl every night, you know. Siyam al-wasl is fard for him. It is not for us the continuation of the siyam during the night. It is not for us. It is even haram for us, because we are going to, you know, hurt ourselves. And when man asks him, he says, I go to bed, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will feed me and give me the food and the drink, you know. So, but still, we should do our best to follow his example. We should do our best to get closer to whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam do. And the most important thing is that to make use of our time. This is a minna, this is a hiba, this is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has given this list of time, you know. So as long as we are alive, we have to do our best so that we can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every conceivable way, you know. You should not waste our time left or right, you know. We should use our time in everything that is useful and that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know. And you know, يقول الشيخ البسطامي يقول الليل والنهار رأس مال المؤمن ربحهما الجنة وخسرتهم النار, you know. He says, the Sheikh al-Bustami is saying that day and night are the capital of the Muslim. Their profit is the Jannah and their loss is a nar. So we have to look at that, and we have to make it. When we get to Arafah, when the day of Arafah, when we get to the day of Ashura, when we get to Muharram, these are غنائم, these are hibat. سعيد بن جبير رضي الله عنه يقول يوم المؤمن غنيمة. اليوم, the mu'min, the day of the believer is also a gain, So you have to use it. So you should not lose it. And one thing that characterizes the time that we live, you know, is that it is very fast. It goes fast. It slips in our fingers, you know. And the day that goes, will never come back, you know. And even the day will say in Jafil Asr, some say this hadith that, you know, إني يوم جديد وعلى عملك شهيد وإذا ذهبت لن أعود. That I'm a new day and I'm a witness to what you do and all of your deeds, and when I go, I will never come back. يعني وذاك الشاعر يقول إنا لنفرح بالأيام نقطعها وكل يوم يدني من الأجل. We get you know, excited and pleased that we're getting it a new day, but we have to remember that every day is taken away from us, you know, and from our life, you know, and we have to be careful about that. ولذلك يعني, you know, الشيخ الفضيل بن عياض, one time, I hope I'm not exceeding my time because I have this bad habit. Still, yeah, this is a problem. I came tonight to eat, and then I found myself speaking, you know. So, Sheikh al-Ibad ibn Iyad, he asked the man, "How old are you?" The man said, 60 years. The man said, 60 years. قال له إنك تسير إلى ربك منذ 60 عاما وما قطعته من مسافتي أطول مما بقي لك. He said you're moving towards your Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 6 years. What you have traveled is much more compared to what has left to you. So what is left is definitely less than what you travel. You are never going to live another 60 years. Then the man said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. He said, he actually did not think about that at all, that he's getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning getting closer to death. And people normally, just by the virtue of the nature of the human beings, they get scared of the word death. So the man said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sayyid Fudul Abu Alad did not let him to get away with it. He told him, do you understand the meaning of Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un? The man said, no, I don't know. Al-Fudul ibn Iyad told him, من قال إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون يعلم أنه إلى الله راجعون ومن يعلم أنه إلى الله راجعون يعلم أنه موقوف ومن يعلم أنه موقوف يعلم أنه مسؤول ومن يعلم أنه مسؤول فليعد للسؤال جوابا. He said, the one who knows the meaning of Inna Ilahi Raji'un, he knows that he's going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the one who knows that he's going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he knows that he is going to be held accountable for whatever he does or she does. And the one who knows that he's going to be held accountable for that, he should know that he's going to be asked about all what he is being told to do. And the one who knows that he's going to be asked when he stands in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he should prepare an answer for that question. So that's it. So you're going through this your life, you have to prepare the answer for that question. And this is the meaning of these days, the Ashura, the Arafah, the Ramadan, the 6th of Shawwal, the 3 days, three middle nights of the month, 3 days of the month, the Thursday, the Monday, the fasting of this and the fasting of that, and doing this and the Sunan and the Nawafil and all of those meaning, all them. This is actually that we're using this capital into it. We're using this list that we have given into doing good, and that's why we should always be careful about them. When we get this is an opportunity. As Sa'id ibn Jubair said, يوم المؤمن غنيمة. Any day you get is a ghanima. Any day when you wake up from Allah in the morning, you have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is some ad'iyah that you should do whenever you wake up in the morning, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving you another day. But that's a responsibility. It's a responsibility that you have to use it in the proper way. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you, and as Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam had put those dictates and guidelines and directives for you. If you use them doing that, you're okay. If you violated that, then you are in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know what's happened to you. ولذلك الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, and let me end up with this hadith, يقول نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس. نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس. الصحة والفراغ. There's 2 types of favors. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us favors and bounties quite so many. But there are 2 favors that people definitely, most of the time, they don't use them the right way. One of them is your health, your body. A lot of people don't take care of their bodies. And the second is the faraq, your time. Many people, they don't know how to use their time the right way. They don't use it, they mess around, they talk nonsense, they spend it in this and that, And those who know, they know how to use their time in the best way at the last minute of their life. Let me end up with this story that tells us how you use their time at the last minute. يقول إبراهيم بن الجراح وعالم جليل ومن تابعي التابعين، يقول تابعي التابعين in fact. يقول زرت أبو يوسف يعقوب بن إبراهيم. I visited يعقوب بن إبراهيم Abu Yusuf. And as you all know, Abu Yusuf is a student of Imam Ibn Hanifa. Imam Abu Hanifa عليه رحمة الله, he put a lot of ilm actually, but he never wrote it down. Imam Abu Hanifa did not write anything. But who wrote that ilm? Who was sitting next to Imam Abu Hanifa, one on this side and one side. On this side is Yaqub ibn Ibrahim. On this side is Muhammad ibn Hassan al-Shaybani. They are writing all the fiqh of Imam Abu Hanifa. So he's a great scholar, Yaqub ibn Ibrahim. But at that moment, Yaqub Ibrahim was on his deathbed. He was dying. Ibn al-Jarrah went to visit him as a brother. And he said, دخلت على يعقوب بن إبراهيم وهو على فراش موته يذهب ويأتي. يذهب ويأتي, what does that mean? He said on his deathbed, sometimes he passes out, sometimes he comes, become conscious. And then فسلمت عليه فسلم عليه. He said, I greeted him and he greeted me. And then he said, يا ابن الجراح دعنا نتدارس مسألة. Imagine a man on his deathbed. He told Ibn al-Jarrah, let us study one fiqh problem. And he said, he looked at him as his ustad. He can never say no. He said, تفضل شيخنا. نعم, go ahead. He said, أسألك سؤال. Imagine someone who is dying on his bed, deathbed. You want to ask a question. أيهما أفضل أن يرمي الرامي الجمرات ماشيا أم راكبا? It has, at that time, everybody will be thinking about himself. He's dying, But he asked him, is it good? What is better for the one who is making Rami al-Jamrat in the Hajj, to walk or to ride? For Ibn al-Jarrah, he said, I just want to go with him. I said, Mashian, walking. He said, no, you're wrong. Imagine this is a man on his deathbed. Then I said, okay, riding. He said, no, you're wrong. So he said, what is that? He said, if he wants to make dua and stay by each jamrah, it's preferred to walk. If he is in a hurry and want to finish it and leave for something else, it's preferred to ride. And he said, I told him, thank you, barakallah feek, and I said, salamu alaikum. And he said, when I was by the door, his wife started crying and screaming because he passed away. Yaqub Ibrahim, imagine, just few minutes. He has only few maybe less than 5 minutes of his life, and he wants to study ilm, and he knows the answer for that. But he wants Ibn al-Jarrah to know something from him and take something from him and take it to other people. And that's why, das تصديق لحديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من كتم علما علمه الله إياه علمه الله بلجام من النار يوم القيامة. The one who keeps his ilm for himself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put a bridle of fire on his mouth on the day of judgment. So Yaqub Ibrahim knows his responsibility in this dunya, and he knows also that he's going to go and stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask him about every piece of knowledge that he kept it to himself and did not give it to people. So until that moment, he wants to use that time for something useful. And this is a lesson for all of us, that every moment, every hour, every minute, every second of our life, we have to use it in something useful, that's useful to us, useful to our families, useful to our community, useful to our deen, our religion, and something pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So tomorrow is the day that we can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the day we can please our families. By the way, there's a very important hadith by Rasulullah sallam. Before I forget, I'll tell you about it for the day of Ashura. Hadith related by Jabir radiallahu anhu. يقول فيه الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من وسع على أهله يوم عاشوراء وسع الله عليه سائر سنته. He said, whoever is being so generous for his family on the day of Ashura, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be generous for him for the rest of the year. So I will leave you with that. I'm sorry I have taken too much of your time. My plan, as I said, not to speak, not to say any word. I'm coming to eat. Brother Abu Abdullah made me speak, جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيكم وتقبل صالح أعمالكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. محمد نبينا بنور وادينا محمد نبينا بنور وادينا من مكة حبيبي نور سطع في المدينة